rocks the daycare grind. Kids run wild and free. Through his thick lenses, he sees their broken dreams. Jake, Steven, Weatherall, hard on every chord, sings the pains away. Music is his sword. Guitar echoes sorrow, brings the night alive. In each note he howls for the lost and the alive. Wakes to morning light, kids scream his name through plastic frames. He fights the same old game. Jake, Steven, Weatherall, hard on every chord, sings the pains away. Music is his sword. Wakes to morning light, kids scream his name through plastic frames. He fights the same old game. J. Steven Weatherall, hard on every chord, sings the pains away. Music is his sword. Hooling Molly's rage, text and fire. Floofy dog Lucy, never tire. Cooking storms, baker's flame. Giant Bunz in the game. Iron pumping, strength reveal. Pro wrestling, break and kneel. Hooling Molly's fury, bunnies hop. Waffle pound laughs, Lucy flops. Red-haired demon, chaos spread. Floofy Lucy's joy never rests. Cooking madness, ovens roar. Workouts burn, muscles soar. Lucy leaps, fur of might, baking wrath. Cookie fights, pro wrestling, power play. Metal storms, night and day. Waffle pounds, laughter, Steven screams loud. Red hair flares, never bowed. Floofy Lucy flops, spirits lift. Cooking heat, strength and get. Excess fury, bunnies dash. Wrestling chaos, bodies crash. Metallica's riffs, AJ Punk cry. Hooling Molly's fire, reach the sky. a funky party, just you and me. Hey, hey. Under the stars, they share a little bite. Ooh, yeah. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. A funky connection, everybody knows. Now every night, when the moon is high, ooh, yeah. Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. Ooh. They share a moment in the cool night air. A funky kind of magic only they can share. Hey. Funky Bones, don't you bones, don't you hide. Ooh, yeah. Kira's got the apples open wide. Coming close, just a nibble, don't be afraid. No afraid. Look at them dogs, Funky Bones, don't you hide. Ooh, yeah. Kira's got the apples. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. Ooh, yeah. It's a funky party, just you and me. Hey, hey, Under the stars, they share a little bite. Yeah. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. A funky connection, everybody knows. Now every night, when the moon is high, ooh, yeah. Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. They share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share. Funky Bones, Funky Bones, don't you hide. Ooh, yeah. Kira's got the apples open wide. Share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share.
Little gray luncheon in the hay, chewing, skipping, never stays. Backyard wild, gotta play, jumping, running every day. Grass is green under the sky, little gray lets it all fly. Muddy paws, he don't care why, wings of earth, he aims so high. Freedom in his furry flight, sun and moon his only guide. No more walls, no cage inside, little gray so wild inside. Posh and Gwynnie, he's on the move, no one's rules, he's got his groove. Nature's beat, he feels the soothe, little gray always to prove. Under stars, under dreams, world ain't small, so it seems. Little gray's got big schemes, life rolls on in flowing streams. Hay for breakfast, sun for noon, stars and moonlight come so soon. Little gray under night's tune, backyard life's a wild cartoon.
scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree. Bananas from cat pits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free. Leapfrogging over Posh spice, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Tiny eyes glinting, always on the prowl. Moving through the shadows, stealthy as an owl. Captain Stash pilfered, making her scowl. Teeny's got agility, swift as a howl. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild and on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild and on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Give her a toy. Teeny's grand adventure, loving it all.
Dusty the rabbit, all covered in hay, building her nest like it's time to play. Big floppy ears and a mischievous twitch. In the yard, she's always digging a ditch. She sneaks through with a hop and a skip, eyes wide open, just looking for a trip. Suspicious, she is not denying that fact. Playful trickster, always up to some act. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the way she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the ways she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show.
Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar rush blazing a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws, leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite mark stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Single face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies come, big bugger falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
He's a rabbit that can't get enough. Cookies loves to munch, munch, munch every day. Can't get enough. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating because he's a cookie king. He would eat the cookies until he turns into a cookie himself. He's a king. muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating the cookie. He's a cookie cat. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating, 'cause he's a cookie cat. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating, 'cause he's a cookie cat. One, two, three, four.
In a kingdom far away, there's a princess named Kira, with beautiful brown locks and eyes that sparkle. Every day at twilight, she dances through the meadow with bunnies by her side as the sun starts to retire. One bunny turned to two, and two turned to a dozen. But Captain Kira's heart's forever filled with love. Her kingdom now enchanted, a ballet of soft footsteps, magical melodies carried on wings of a dove. Ballerina princess, her bunnies by your side, a twirl and a pirouette as dreams come alive. Captain Kira dances, her heart so full of bliss, in a world enchanted where love will always persist. Okay, bunnies. Come on, girl side gang. We gotta come in to stream room, guys. Uh-oh. Gotta have I've got my little you guys, I have a fancy new phone case. Oh my gosh. It's purple and it has a phone stand. So thank you, Giant Bunz producer, who sent me a fancy phone stand to help me in streaming for the live stream, Giant Bunz live stream. I'm so excited to see everyone. Little Gray stealing food before the official serving. Oh my gosh, Little Gray. Oh, what a rascal. What a rascal, Reno. Here, let's feed them. Here, you guys want an apple? You want an apple? You guys can both have apples. Oh, did I take your apple? Here, you gonna have your apple. There you go. You'll love the apple. I want apple. Wait, I want apple. Here, let me get apple. You want apple? You want big apple? Hmm. No? Okay, guys.
The food is coming. Now awaiting the present of the captivating Captain Kira. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh my gosh, you know, captivating Captain Kira, Queen of the Bunz. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. Oh, someone's going wee wee in their litter box like a big boy. Thank you, baby. Okay. How's everyone doing? Casey Batman. Hey, welcome back, Casey. We missed you. You had not been here in a little while. Wonderful to see you back, Casey. AJ Punk, Midwestern Hunk in the Punk. He's the Midwestern Hunk. Have you ever seen a Casey? Casey, a Casey, a Casey. Have you ever seen a Casey? He is the Batman. How do you like that, Casey? Mr. Casey Kasem. We're all gonna have apple. Wait, I'm saving some apple for myself. There we go. You're gonna get okay. We got lettuce to hand out. How is everyone? Everything's coming up, donkey. Now's our fun's time. Stand the world on your giant ears. Set it munching. Soon on the carrots you'll be crunching. Doo doo doo. La da da. Da da bing da bong. You'll be swell. You'll be great. Uh, have the world on a plate. Have some veggies on a plate. Where's Triple R? I don't know. She told me she was having a tough day. But I mean it's per usual, per usual. Struggle bus. She rode the struggle bus. Um do we like that term? The first time I heard it, I was like, okay, I can like visualize that. That like is pretty accurate how things can feel, but it's a little it makes your struggle sound a little silly, riding the struggle bus. Which sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's good to like think, oh, let's just make fun of our struggles and not make it too serious. And then other times it's like, struggle bus, really? Seriously? Like I'm having the worst day of my life and you're telling me that I'm riding the struggle bus? I am. Is that you? Are you Dunker? Are you Dunker? You have a lipstick mark. You have a lipstick kiss. That sounds like donkey. You have a cookie addiction. Or let's just say you have a love for the cookies. You have a love for the finer cookies in life. Okay, we're gonna here's our parsley. Uh-oh, I just decorated, I garnished Jabba with parsley. You little grape, gonna wear the parsley cap. Oh, did we do that? Okay, what else is in here? Oh, do we like, guys, we have carrots. Do you guys like carrots? Who wants a carrot? Who wants the iconic, the very overused with bunnies, the carrot? Is it, do we overdo carrots with bunnies? Actually, I don't feed them carrots all that often because I get them the yams, the garnet yams. Um, here we go. But I'm kind of out of shockingly running out of stuff, even though I went to the store on Wednesday. Today's only Friday. Okay, here, wait, let's get some lettuce to you guys. Let us entertain you. La la da dee doo. Oh, you want you don't want to waste time with lettuce. You want parsley. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Donkey want the parsley. Yes, she does. And then I'll give you the rest of the lettuce, Dunkers. Oh, I'm sorry, Delph. Sorry, I think I got your bottom a little bit. Everything's coming up, Donkey. And Blue Gray and Posh. I saved you guys some Brussels sprouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One for each of you guys. Let's see, maybe we got one for Donkey. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 Brussels sprouts. Winch. Oh, Gwynnie's waiting. So wait a minute. We have how many extra? 4 extra. So we'll give 1 extra to these guys. And we'll give 2 extra to these guys. Here, wait. And I'll give Donkey an extra little tiny one. There you go, mister. Oh, yum yum. Yumorama. All right. So, how are all my friends in the chat? How you guys doing tonight? I got my passion fruit eclair. It's very fancy leclaire. Okay, I don't think we need all these carrots. Wait a minute. You know what? These other guys haven't even gotten carrots. Hang on. We have to distribute everything. So, Donkey, I'm going to give you your own carrot. These guys, some carrots out. There we go. And then, let's see, do we need maybe like one more carrot, like 1 carrot per bunny? And then, okay, we'll get that. And then Donkey, oh, you need apples. Donk's gonna get some apples. These guys are gonna get more apples. And maybe I'll have that. Some more apples over here. Okay. Perfect. All right, everyone is fed. Got all that going. A very strange looking carrot, Delph. It's like you're having a carrot paw. Carrot claw. Interesting. Okay, we're a snuggle bunch on the blankies. Okay, let me get the chat. Look at you in the house. Welcome, Mikey and L. What a pity, Dan. You take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. What a pity. Don't you know it's true? It's guys like you, Mickey. Do, Mickey, do, Mickey. Don't Mickey. Wow. Even without a vocal warm up, there we go. Sometimes I forget to sing that for Mike. But I think Donkey called him Mickey, didn't he? Mickey and Ale. Paul. Alemal. Or does that say hot alcohol? Wait. Koi Alemal. Koi. Oh, wait. Goodna, Goodnavans. Goodnavans. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Goodnavans. Goodnavans. I love trying to speak foreign languages. Get in the van, get in the van, get in the van, get in the van, get in the van. Oh boy, I don't know what that was. I had a sliced apple after my workout, dipped in peanut butter, also had organic black grapes. My gosh, Huey, I have organic black grapes. ATM at this moment in my fridge. I've got black grapes, just a smidge. They're so delicious. Are they the fatties? Hulan, are they the fat ones, the fat black grapes? Mine are huge. Um, no. No, no Dutch? No Dutchy? Dutchies? Are you not speaking Dutchies? Dutch cheese. I don't speak Dutch with ease, if you please. I I tried to make breakfast food this morning. Well, it was more like lunch with cream of buckwheat. I mixed in some rolled oats. Oh gosh, I forgot to add my ground flaxseed. Oh gosh. Anyway, I put like a lot of stuff in there, coconut flakes, pistachios. It got very busy very quickly. And I still have a lot left over. I think I made too much. I think I might try to make it's kind of turned into like a giant oatmeal cookie because it absorbed like all of the liquid before I could even like finish it. And then it turned into like a giant oatmeal cookie in the bowl. It got weird real quick, guys. It's like a bake. It's kind of like a muffin. It's like a giant muffin. Good and off on. Good and off on. Good and off on. Good and good and off on. Good good and off on. Off on. Good on off. Oh man. Why why is that difficult? Good and off on. Lekker. That was lekker. Ja hoor. Stroopwafel. Stroopwafel. Fog. Dijk. Um, ongelooflijk. Ongelooflijk, Mikey. Ongelooflijk. Ongelooflijk or ongelooflijk? I'm trying. Hey, I'm trying to speak your languages, people in the chat. Mikey chose to speak Dutch as a small child. One of the hardest languages there is, especially with the pronunciation. So I'm making an effort because you are in the chat and I want to speak everyone's language. I already learned bunnies. It's mainly a cookie-based language. Um, unbelievable. On ongelooflijk. Ongelooflijk. Hello for that. I've got to know more Dutch, like Van Gogh, Van Gogh. Um, yeah, Dutch apple pie, Dutch apple pie, Dutch apple pie. Guys, how is everyone doing? Hi, pretty girl. Hello, sweetheart. Okay, but yeah, Hewley, you were saying with your apple peanut butter. I meant to put almond butter on the top of my hot cereal. I was just gonna go instead of adding like the coconut and the pistachios, and I was just gonna add like a little dollop of almond butter in the center and then do some maple syrup and cinnamon. Somehow I forgot about that, and then I ended up doing too much, and like I said, oh, and I put a bunch of sunflower seeds. I think I basically made like a giant granola cookie bar muffin. It was basically like I made a granola thing. It was so filling and heavy. I mean, it was just, yeah. I could have made probably 20 protein bars out of that thing. Especially, ooh, what if I had made that and then topped it with almond butter and chocolate? Ooh, I have chocolate chips. Okay, I'm getting ideas. I'm getting ideas. What about if you melted some chocolate chips and almond butter on top of your oatmeal? Apple wor apple strudel is, oh wait, that might be Austrian apple strudel. I mean German. Okay, German. I don't know. But Dutch apple pie, don't tell me that's not Dutch. That has to be Dutch. Dutch. What else? Dutch oven. Dutch oven. Also known as the famous crock pot. Or it can just be on the stove, a big covered pot. Oh, my apples. Apfels. They're Apfelbaum. I remembered how to say apple tree in German. Apfelbaum. I don't know if it's similar in Dutch. I don't want to assume because I used to think that Dutch and German were like, oh, they're like the same language pretty much. No, they're not. Nope. Found that out. I'm stuck. Oh, I'm out of luck. Guys, guys, did I do today? I did a lot of math. I did math and science out the wazoo. Um, yeah, I was doing some very important geological math calculations. It was a big day of academia for me. So I got that going for me. Look at my. I am loving. Oh my gosh, this is completely adjustable. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is awesome. I am loving my new set. Ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ho. And I will not put it in the blanket. Here, wait, maybe can I go with that? Yeah. Ooh, look at this. Can still get an awesome angle of Donkey, but then I don't have to get my microphone like muffled in the blanket. Can you guys still hear? You guys, I am like, this is really like helping my streaming. I am very, very happy with my phone stand. Yeah, yeah, whore. Yeah, to the whore. You guys, that's Dutch. Whore is in Dutch is not whore in English, okay? Look it up. Mikey, back me up on that. I think Triple R is okay. She put silly stuff, she puts cute stuff in the chat and the Discord not that long ago. I think sometimes she mentally needs to rest a little bit, and I think she listens to the stream sometimes, but she's just on Kristen chill mode. But she can be super funny and like talky, but she I think sometimes she just is like burnt out by the end of the day mentally. That's okay. It's true, but you said I said it the wrong way. She is oh Kristen Shine Star Triple R, Kristen Shine Star Boom Boom Boom. She travels near, she travels far. Kristen Shine Star Triple R Rich. Dressed in smoothie, aka the Mustard Queen K down. Bomb. Say her name and she appears. I believe in Triple R. I believe in Triple R and I believe in me. I like to hang out at the Triple R range with Chris and Cheyenne Star. Triple R, oh baby. Hanging out at the ranch, Triple R. We're putting mustard on everything near and far. Can't wrench that mustard jar from old Kristen Cheyenne Star. Triple R, ranch dressing smoothie. Mikey, I could get into a lot of trouble if I say yeah for in the wrong way, to the wrong people, at the wrong time, in the wrong place. I was trying to play my game and I died. The game don't like me. Oh, you were playing a video game instead of being on the giant buns. The game wants you to play it again. That sounds about right. You both lose. Yeah. Yep. I was playing Fortnite and the game skate. Fascinating. How was your guys' day today? Um, my day required a lot of patience and mental focus to assist someone with some relatively complicated math and science stuff. And it wasn't Kristen I was helping. And you were playing Call of Duty and Need for Speed. Oh, okay. Captain Kira. I don't. I keep doing this phone like it's my camera, and it's not because I'm not used to having a phone stand right now. Um, Dusty girl. Are you having the Brussels sprout, Dusty? Oh, Mikey and L. There's another Dutch word, Brussels sprout. I don't know what you guys call them in the Netherlands, but that is a Dutch favorite. Brussels sprouts. Obviously, also in Brussels, right? Belgian, a Belgian treat. You were listening while playing the game. Aha. See, people were worried about you, Kristen, but you were just sitting there playing a video game. Crystal with the K, special K. Oh, Crystal, special K. We love Crystal all the night and day, 'cause she's Crystal special K. Olay. I knew Mikey was gonna say something about Fortnite to Crystal, or to Kristen. How did I know that? How did I know that? Mikey, do you still wanna play Fortnite? Mm, what? Mange, I don't e Kristen, I do not recognize that. What is that? Is that some kind of is that profanity in a different language? I was also finishing my math homework. You had 5 pages. Oh boy. Yeah, that sounds like the situation I was dealing with, yes. You like Fortnite? Do like Fortnite play? Hewlin Moss says, yes, AJ, I do remember Flash games. I also remember watching Flash animated videos on albino black sheep back in the day. Yes, is French. What is it? What does it mean? Like mange, give me, is that like give me my, I don't know what the third word is. I'm afraid to say it. Oh, it's eat in French? Mange? Like munch? Thanks, Yuli. You did all 5 pages in like 30 minutes? Well, okay, that's good. What did I eat today? Okay, well, I was saying if you had been listening when you were playing your video games, that I made a big bowl of cream of buckwheat and then I added rolled oats. I made that with some macadamia milk and then I added too many things. I added pistachios, sunflower seeds, shredded coconut, and I did add some maple syrup and cinnamon. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just too, like, fibrous and, like, way too much going on, and then it dried up into, like, a giant oatmeal cookie type thing. Like a it was I still have it. I still have it. It's kind of like a big hockey puck sitting in a bowl. I could only eat a little bit of it. And then I made, roasted Brussels sprouts, beets, and carrots, and some vegetarian sausages, and mashed potatoes. And I only ate a little bit of that. That was my dinner. I only ate not that much of that, but it was good. It was really good. You're gonna eat your socks? Well, good for the digestion, you know? Eat my socks. Mange how do you say that? Mange mes chaussettes? 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 Favorite food is pizza? You're kidding me, Mikey. You would never eat a pizza. 'Cause he's the pizza king, Mikey the Duchess, the pizza monster. He can never get enough pizza. Never stop eating, 'cause he's the pizza king. Do you know what is this? Okay. Do you know what a pelvic kidney is? I don't. I assumed okay, wait. Let me think about this. Kidneys. Okay, so your kidneys are not in your pelvis. They're like supposed to be. Okay, I am not an anatomy expert, but I think there's one on either side of your spinal cord at the right above your pelvis. So, is pelvic kidney when one of your kidneys is just way too low and is like descended or like formed in your pelvis? I'm just guessing. Or is it a condition where one of your kidneys drops down there? Mickey, okay, Chaussette, Chaussette. Chaussette. Thank you. Thank you, darling. I eat 2 pizzas a day and had 10 pizzas in the last wait, in 5 okay, 10 pizzas in 5 days? So that it sounds like you had pizza okay, you either had 2 pizzas a day I'm doing the math, Michael. Are we eating too much pizza? 2 pizzas a day for the last 5 days, or did you mix it up with, like, 3 pizzas some days? Did you ever have a day off from pizza? Do we need to have a pizza intervention with Mikey? My baby sister that is not born yet might have it, or that she might just have 1 kidney. Oh my good. Is that why you, guys were, like, all at the hospital? Oh my goodness. Well, I know that I have you know what I mean? When people donate a kidney to someone for a kidney transplant, they say, "Oh, you'll do just fine with 1 kidney. No one really needs both kidneys." They always say that, and I always think, "Really? Why are we born with 2 then?" Or, like, if something happens to one of your kidneys, then, I don't know, but that makes me hopeful for your baby sister you know if she could be okay with just 1. Okay, you had 4 burgers 6 days ago. Okay, wait, we're gonna do the Mikey math. If Mikey had 4 burgers 6 days ago, but then within the last 5 days, he had 10 pizzas, what the heck did Mikey do to himself? And then before that, Mikey had 8 pizzas in 4 days. You do the math. Mikey is the pizza king. 2 pizzas a day. Oh my god. He has a pizza he has a very delicious pizza problem. So, I don't know, Mikey. You do you. Yum. Yummy. You don't need to yeah, I think so. So, Kristen, not to get too personal, but since you technically don't need 2 kidneys, and I assume they're seeing 1, like, normal looking kidney, are they not too worried about that? I hate people, I need a new mother. I hate people, I need a new mom. I hate people, I don't want them anymore. Do you know that song, I Got Rhythm? I hate people, I hate my mom. Get away from me, I don't wanna see you anymore. Sorry. That's what's gonna happen, though. If I don't have a good enough response for something like that, it'll turn into a bizarre musical theater song. You could sing that to your mom. Don't tell her that it's from me, please, 'cause I'll get in trouble. But, then we'll both be in trouble with your mom, Kristen. Don't drag me I mean, what if you drag me into this whole thing? Do you guys ever do that with siblings? Like, you're doing something that you kinda know you're gonna get in trouble for, but you know your sibling is, like, doing something way worse, so you're like, "You know what? They're never gonna notice. They're gonna be so distracted by what this other person is doing. I am gonna just walk scot-free." That ever happen to anyone? Happened to me. I used to thank my little brother. I'd be like, "Thank you so much for what you did this weekend because they don't even know I exist right now." Your mother yelled at me. Oh, Pizza-holic? Mhm. Mikey, don't be ridiculous, Hoolie. This is normal. Pizza is good. Oh, listen to him. He's trying to justify this. Oh boy, that's like saying, oh, Mikey, are you looking for pizza enablers? I think he's trying to connect with pizza enablers in the chat. Pizza with, oh, she's trying to, now Kristen is doing pizza aversion therapy. Pizza with mustard, pizza and water, soggy pizza. Oh, see, she's trying to get Mikey to stop the pizza. There goes Kristen with them. Uh-huh. Hear me out, Kristen. Oh, soggy. Oh no. Oh no. You guys, you're gonna scare Mikey out of the chat. Soggy pizza with honey. Mustard flavored dough with oh. Okay, you guys, Mikey, you're reinforced. Somehow this is not working. He's going with it. You guys, he's going with all the Kristen, thanks for trying. Hewley, thanks for trying, but now Mikey is gonna just eat mustard pizza. He doesn't, like, care what is on it. If it's pizza, he'll eat it. Dusty, say something to Mikey. He won't even listen if people are trying to do gross out pizza. He don't care. What do you think, Dust? I gotta get closer to Dusty. I think she's gonna give me some advice about this. You guys, it was such a pretty day here today. It was kinda cold. and I felt so guilty for not letting the bunnies out. They were having so much fun inside though, and, for Delph, being a little skinnier, I don't want her to use all of her calories staying warm, but, they were having so much fun, and I didn't know if I was gonna have to leave and go do stuff. Thought I might have to go to the store and but anyway, I was basically home, and, I just played with them inside. Just got to pet them, clean their enclosure again, as you do when you have rabbits. Constant cleaning. But you know what? When you get to play with a little face like this, it's all worth it. Right, Dusty, I feel like you're so far away. Oh my gosh, she's such the Easter Island girl. Oh, wait a minute. And you know what? I always think she looks like the very stoic Easter Island statue, but I don't even think I got the joke. Easter bunny, oh gosh, wow. Sometimes it takes Kira a while for things to sink in. It's okay, guys. We can't all be quick-witted. Wait, okay, I gotta keep up with what's happening with the pizza thing? They have mustard pizza? Wait, what? No, do they like, you can buy it from, like, a pizza place? Pizza with ranch? Oh, Crystal? Crystal's messed around with some ranch dressing pizza. Well, yeah, you know what? Actually, because have you ever had pizza with white sauce instead of so if you just added a little bit of spice, like the dill and a little garlic to your I mean to your white sauce, all those flavors would go with cheese. Now, if you had a tomato sauce pizza, I mean, I guess as long as it's not too I think if you had a ton of tomato sauce, it would be a little weird, but, um, actually, a lot of salad dressings would be good on pizza, especially the crust. Where's Wes and Prestorian? That's the question. It's like 8:52, you guys. Hi, Special K Crystal. You wish I know. Mikey, do you have enough pizza for the rest of the bun? Do you have enough pizza for the rest of your friends on Giant Buns? Because now we all have pizza in our brains. We have little pizzas dancing around our heads, just like little sugar plums dancing around our heads. We all have large pizzas dancing around our heads. Wait, Bob Ross. Cute little pizzas. We'll paint some cute little pizzas out in the distance. My school is stupid. Yesterday there was a threat from what a student. They wrote it in the wall of the bathroom. Oh gosh. Okay. I was thinking Harry Potter. Like, do you remember when there was a student writing scary stuff like in the hallway wall? And then like a student would disappear maybe at the same time, and it was actually little Jenny Weasley because she had been overtaken by Lord Voldemort's younger self, his diary. Oh gosh, wait, what's his name again? Is it Tom? No, I can't remember Voldemort's like real name. Is it Tom something? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but don't they find out that it was actually Jenny that was like doing all that stuff? Um I want food. Pizza party at Mikey's? Yeah, Mikey, after all this, you kinda have to have us over for pizza. Sorry. I don't have pizza. Woodland Loop cookies? Oh, you don't? Hmm. You guys, if they could make a giant Woodland Loop cookie, then we could have all the buns eat it all at once. Well, probably not all at once, unless we want some fights, but that would be super cute. Or one that we could make one that looks like a pizza. It's just like all one round, and then we could put little toppings of like rose hips and dried dandelions. Oh, I have the chamomile. I'm gonna give them some more. But I could get some dried calendula flowers and some rose petals. I can't remember. Well, they love nettles, dried nettles. I got to get some of those. You could, in fact, if you ask Christy Tillman, she probably puts that some of that stuff on her pizzas already. She's really into like marshmallow. She puts marshmallow root on stuff. Can't remember what else, but I feel like she does. She uses nettle a lot. Bigfoot roams the woods. Okay, that is a little random, AJ Punk, but I'm gonna go with that because I'm a big I'm a big Bigfoot fan. No, I really am. I just think there's something to it because it's just like the proof is in the pudding. Like when you look at history, history has accounts from all over the world, from all kinds of isolated and or connected cultures and ancient tribal cultures. I mean, there's like depictions and stories of Bigfoot, everything from the Himalayas and the Yeti to the Sasquatch and the Pacific Northwest and then the swamp. What is the one from like the swamps in the South? Stink ape or I can't remember what they call. Maybe that's also Sasquatch, but I mean, there's like Bigfoot's everywhere. It's not because people think, oh, wait, out on the West Coast, especially Pacific Northwest, I think is where like the hot spot used to like kind of the popularity started. But and then like the famous Bigfoot footage, isn't that in California somewhere like Northern California? Um, but yeah, my family, especially my dad, he loves to talk about Bigfoot and look for like Bigfoot videos and information. I It kind of makes no sense that we don't ever find a Bigfoot kiss skeleton of some sort, but the argument has also been made, do we find a lot of bear carcasses, wolf carcasses, I mean, like, there are some animals, a lot of wild animals that when they die, you don't really find evidence of them. That's always been a mystery to me, and I know a lot of animals will try to crawl into a safe, very secluded place, perhaps underground or, to die so that they will not have stress and won't be vulnerable. But yeah, I mean, the fact that no one's ever hit a Bigfoot, like all the poor roadkill that you see, um, you see skunk road. Okay, this is what I see: skunks, possums, lots of raccoons, squirrels, unfortunately deer, also one, maybe twice I've seen a coyote hit. I don't even know if I've seen a fox. We have a lot of fox out here. I don't know if I've seen one hit, but I've seen at least one coyote that has been hit. I once saw a red-tailed hawk down, and it had been trying to eat something, I think, on the side of the highway, and that got hit. I found a dead owl that got hit by a car on the side of the highway. Excuse me. Which I actually took to a university because it was a beautiful owl and it was in perfect shape, and they stuffed it, and it's on display. But, I mean, yeah, I've never seen we do have the occasional mountain lion, bobcat. I think we're beginning to see bears, and I don't think anyone ever hits those, though. Like, you never okay, occasionally a mountain lion will get hit. I have heard of that. Not around here, though. Um Maybe the bunnies can have veggie pizza on a cauliflower crust? They make those cauliflower crusts? In fact, being a gluten-free person okay, Crystal, I love that idea with, like, I can slice up, peppers. They are really getting into bell peppers, which I love, especially the red peppers with all the vitamin C, and they could yeah, looks so cute, and they could have, like, their little greens chopped up on there. They could have thinly sliced sweet potatoes that could look like orange pepperonis. That would make such cute pepperonis. Ooh, that would be awesome. That'd be an awesome, like, birthday cake for the bunnies too. Birthday pizza. You should probably leave my Chris Oh, no, 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 no. That is mommy's drink. Busted. You're so curious. You have everything. You did you really want that? Oh, you guys, I scrubbed out all their water dishes yesterday. They all got their fancy filtered water. I wake up this morning, I am so glad that I looked in here because I hate the idea of them not having water, but Dusty had taken yeah, that's why I don't have the gray blanket in here. She had put an entire polar fleece blanket in their water bowl, and it was so absorbent that it absorbed like a gallon of water because it was like completely full. So luckily I noticed that first thing, but Dusty loves to move stuff around. And before she put the blanket in there and before the water dish was clean, I had to take out, she had stuffed the water bowl with stuffing, like brown paper packaging from a box. She is needs like bunny puzzles. I need to get like some bunny puzzles. She needs like tunnels. I want to get some tunnels in here for her. She is so many of these guys are like Donkey. You know what? Sometimes Donkey does like to play with stuff, but not he's nowhere near as much as Dusty. And Sluggo, he could care less about moving stuff around. He wants to cuddle. He wants to get pets. He wants to cuddle with his buddies. Um, it's just they're so absolutely different. I love it. But Dusty, you gotta watch out for her. She'll take stuff. She will take your stuff and she will drag it away. I've caught her carrying large things. And at 23 pounds, she's very capable. Which you guys, Sluggo is now at least 23 pounds, if not more than Dusty. I have pet a baby red fox. You have? You like 3 weeks ago? Was this a wild one, like, in your yard, or was this, did you get to go to, like, a special, like, wild animal, person? Green bell peppers on pizza? Yes, sir, and some red bell peppers. PC Batman, again. Um, wait, wait, that's Spider-Man, wait, Casey Batman! Batman. Casey. How do you like that, Casey? It was you pet a wild one? There was once a three-legged fox. I think the neighbors were all calling her Foxy. That's very, very, cute of them. But she was really tame, and she had babies, and she would trot up with her babies, and she would accept food. You could I fed her almonds, and the babies were eating them too. I don't know. That's what I had, and, I think I fed them something else, and I think it was like I think it might have been apple slices. It was weird. They were eating, like, vegan granola type stuff. Um, they were super tame. Oh my gosh, it was so neat to see, like, little forest predators just trotting up and you think you messed your knee up? Oh gosh. Knees are tricky. I, um I was out of some of my supplements for the last month, and I finally was able to get the rest of my supplements, and you guys, after 2 days, I feel so much more myself. I swear, do not run out of B12. I did not have vitamin E, vitamin D, B12, potassium, which I didn't think potassium would make that much of a difference. And was that it? Oh, I take grapeseed extract, um, 'cause it's an antioxidant, but, I know that my family is, like, very B12 deficient. Well, my grandparents were, like, had to get the shots, so being a vegan, well, almost a vegan, I think I need to be careful. Plus, I've been building all of this muscle with, ballet season again, and, boy, you guys, I just felt like I couldn't even walk up my stairs, and because I didn't take the bunnies in and out today, I felt like I got a little bit of rest, and, I am feeling better, but I was really beginning to worry. I was like, "What is wrong with me?" Like, I'm not used to that kind of muscle fatigue. But yeah, knees are tricky. I can show you some exercises where you lie on your side and your legs are parallel and okay, Kristen, just do this. So you have to you need to move your lower leg and meet your upper leg while your legs are like parallel to each other, and that will strengthen your inner leg muscles, and that will support the musculature around your knee. You just need to, like, stabilize and strengthen. Now, if you have a rip or a tear, that's something different, but yeah, you can stabilize joints by strengthening, and sometimes it'll prevent save you from making it worse. Um, Antioxidant. Wait, what did you show up? Wees banana, Mr. Wees banana, banana, Mr. Wees banana, banana, Mr. Wees frittata, pina colada, Ford Ramada, da da da. Lady Gaga, Gaga, go, Mr. Wees banana, split. How was your day today, Wes? Aw, isn't she nice? Isn't my adopted daughter cute? She's like, "How was your day?" She's so polite. She's so nice and polite. And you know what? Kristen Cheyenne Star rarely forgets to text me during the day and ask me how my day is going. You know what? Little It's crazy how little things like that it's touching. It's really touching, and I feel like she's thinking of me. It's so super sweet. Kristen, honestly, I don't have a lot of people who do that. I think they're those kind of people who check in with you every day and are that loyal. Those are few and far between. So you know what, Kristen, I really value you. You're a sweetheart, and you're a bit of a hyperspaz sometimes when I see you. But you know what? Still love you. You're a teenager, and Kristen, when I was your age as a teenager, oh boy, I was so awkward and so clueless. Like you probably are way more mature than I was. I did take care of all the little children in the county, including my little brother, but that didn't mean that I knew a lot of practical stuff. I knew babies. I knew babies and small children and how to yes. But I remained clueless for a long time. I felt you know what I mean? Like, I just couldn't figure out, um, I think social stuff, I don't know. I don't know. But, I also moved out when I was 17, and, think about Kristen, you don't have a when you turn 17, think about it, you do not have that much more time. If you think about the time from that Captain Kira moved out on her own, um, yeah. I'm not saying moving out on your own at 17 is a good idea. Because again, I was just such a fool. I did not know stuff. I didn't even know how to use a washing machine by myself. Okay? I didn't have I didn't have all my life skills in order at 17. But yet there I was. So, um, you had a good day grocery shopping. I am not wait. I am not nice. Me is mean. Oh, so you're more Grinchy. You're less on the low on the Santa, more on the Grinch. Okay. You're a glass half full. Wait, glass half empty? How does that work? You're an empty glass? You're a cranky glass. Um, okay, there's a fight. Oh gosh, guys, Teeny, stop chasing everyone through the hallway. Oh my gosh. Teeny. See, I was like Teeny. I was very awkward. Very awkward. Um, your day was good until I got home and got yelled at. I don't like that. Yelling I feel like we should be able to deal with each other without yelling, and I know that sometimes it happens, but I know that you got yelled at by an adult. That's the other thing. People, if you are raising children, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get up on a pedestal, but I know sometimes people just lose their temper, especially I don't know, there's sometimes, but here's the thing, when you are raising children, you need to be the good example. You need to be what you wanna see from your kids, and think about what you wanna see in society. If you're yelling at your kids, "No, oh, Dusty, she almost got my drink again." It's just gonna all trickle down, and it's not gonna help contribute to a peaceful, healthy society, so think about it. Anytime you yell at your kids, it's actually a big deal. It really is. You have a huge responsibility on your shoulders, and, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And your mom okay, I don't wanna get real personal, but she's also pregnant, and so, like, good vibes. We want good vibes for that baby to be that's already swimming around in there but I don't know. I don't know how people handle is having a lot of kids. That's the other thing. It's very complicated. It's a lot of work, so, you know, but all the more reason to keep everyone keep everything under control and try to have good vibes, so I just don't want you to get yelled at, Kristen. That's not gonna help. 1984! Okay, let's do it. So, okay, guys, we finished chapter 3 of part 3. So yeah, let's do it. Before I dig myself any deeper in giving lectures about not yelling and stuff. It's very cute of me. Wait a minute. What are all these notifications for? Um, okay, no, here. I gotta look up the book again because I was looking up complicated, geological isostasy isostatic equilibrium equations. Try to say that 3 times fast. Okay. 1984 book. Yes, yes. Okay, here's the one I've been using. Fabulous. This is through George Orwell's personal, George Orwell has well, I mean, it's not himself anymore, but okay, he's got a website. Very good. So part 3. Oh my gosh, guys, wait, how much more do we have? We are on part 3, chapter 4. Oh my gosh, there's only 2. Okay, 4, 5, and 6. We have 3 more chapters to go. Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Part 3, chapter 4. Oh my gosh, guys. Go. Let's go. Let's see what's gonna happen. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I want to see what happens. Been pretty difficult to read. Okay. Part 3, chapter 4. He was much better. He was growing fatter and stronger every day, if it was proper to speak of days. The white light and the humming sound were the same as ever, but the cell was a little more comfortable than the others he had been in. Oh, wait, should we, you know what? I'm gonna move her to the girls. Okay. Oh, I love the teddy bear blanket. I'll sit in the teddy bear blanket. Wait a minute, did I just call the wrong? Oh, this is teeny. Oh, sorry, Delph. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I mixed you guys up. I can't believe it. She got bigger. She did. Even her tail got bigger. Hi. Hello, beautiful. Oh no, don't eat my vegan UGG. I have to rebuy these ever. Yes, oh my gosh. This this is why you get bunnies. This is how you end up taking a bunny home from the rural king when you were there to just get other things. This is right here how you end up with a bunny rabbit who just is full of so much affection. Okay. All right. Hang on, Delph. Oh, wait, you know what? Now that I have my fancy phone stand, wait, I need a piece of cardboard. How am I going to do that? Wait, maybe I could. Sorry, guys. I just don't want to block the microphone of this phone. Okay, I think you know what? I can do this. All right. There was a pillow and a mattress on the plank bed and a stool to sit on. They had given him a bath, and they allowed him to wash himself fairly frequently in a tin basin. They even gave him warm water to wash with. They had given him new underclothes and a clean suit of overalls. They had dressed him. Oh, they had dressed his varicose ulcer with soothing ointment. They had pulled out the remnants of his teeth and given him a new set of dentures. Weeks or months must have passed. It would have been possible now to keep count of the passage of time if he had felt any interest in doing so. Wait, I need to wipe this camera down a little bit. Now I gotta, oh wait, now I gotta kind of reach into to get the camera. There we go. Okay. If he had felt any interest in doing so, since he was being fed at what appeared to be regular intervals. He was getting, he judged, 3 meals in the 24 hours. Sometimes he wondered dimly whether he was getting them by night or by day. The food was surprisingly good, with meat at every third meal. Once there was even a packet of cigarettes. He had no matches, but the never-speaking guard who brought his food would give him a light. First time he tried to smoke, it made him sick. But he persevered and spun the packet out for a long time, smoking half a cigarette after each meal. They had given him a white slate with a stump of pencil tied to the corner. At first he made no use of it. Even when he was awake, he was completely torpid. Often he would lie from one meal to the next almost without stirring, sometimes asleep, sometimes waking into vague reveries in which it was too much trouble to open his eyes. He had long grown used to sleeping with a strong light on his face. It seemed to make no difference except that one's dreams were more coherent. He dreamed a great deal all through this time, and they were always happy dreams. He was in the Golden Country, or he was sitting among enormous, glorious, sunlit ruins with his mother, with Julia, with O'Brien, not doing anything, merely sitting in the sun, talking of peaceful things. Such thoughts as he had when he was awake were mostly about his dreams. He seemed to have lost the power of intellectual effort, now that the stimulus of pain had been removed. He was not bored. He had no desire for conversation or distraction. Merely to be alone, not to be beaten or questioned, to have enough to eat and to be clean all over was completely satisfying. By degrees, he came to spend less time in sleep, but he still felt no impulse to get off the bed. All he cared for was to lie quiet and feel the strength gathering in his body. He would finger himself here and there, trying to make sure that it was not an illusion, that his muscles were growing rounder and his skin tauter. Finally, it was established beyond a doubt that he was growing fatter. Thighs were now definitely thicker than his knees. After that, reluctantly at first, he began exercising himself regularly. In a little while, he could walk 3 kilometers, measured by pacing the cell, and his bowed shoulders were getting straighter. He attempted more elaborate exercises and was astonished and humiliated to find what things he could not do. He could not move out of a walk. He could not hold his stool out at arm's length. He could not stand on one leg without falling over. Squatted down on his heels and found that with agonizing pains in thigh and calf, he could just lift himself to a standing position. He lay flat on his belly and tried to lift his weight by his hands. It was hopeless. He could not raise himself a centimeter. But after a few more days, a few more meal times, even that feat was accomplished. A time came when he could do it 6 times running. He began to grow actually proud of his body and to cherish an intermittent belief that his face also was growing back to normal. Only when he chanced to put his hand on his bald scalp did he remember the seamed, ruined face that had looked back at him out of the mirror. His mind grew more active. Sat down on the plank bed, his back against the wall and the slate on his knees, and set to work deliberately at the task of re-educating himself. He had capitulated, that was agreed. In reality, as he saw now, he had been ready to capitulate long before he had taken the decision. From the moment when he was inside the Ministry of Love, yes, even during those minutes when he and Julia had stood helpless while the iron voice from the telescreen told them what to do, he had grasped the frivolity, the shallowness of his attempt to set himself up against the power of the party. He knew now that for 7 years the thought police had watched him like a beetle under a magnifying glass. There was no physical act, no words spoken aloud that they had not noticed, no train of thought that they had not been able to infer. Even the speck of whitish dust on the cover of his diary, they had fully replaced. He had played soundtrack to him, shown him photographs. Some of them were photographs of Julia and himself. Yes, even. He could not fight against the party any longer. Besides, the party was in right. It must be so. How could the immortal collective brain be mistaken? By what external standard could you check its judgments? Sanity was statistical. It was merely a question of learning to think as they thought. Only. Pencil felt thick and awkward in his fingers. He began to write down the thoughts that came into his head. He wrote first in large, clumsy capitals, "Freedom is slavery." Then, almost without a pause, he wrote beneath it, "2 and 2 make 5." But then there came a sort of check. His mind, as though shying away from something, seemed unable to concentrate. He knew that he knew what came next. But for the moment he could not recall it. When he did recall it, it was only by consciously reasoning out what it must be. It did not come of its own accord. He wrote, "God is power." He accepted everything. Past was alterable. The past never had been altered. Oceania was at war with East Asia. Oceania had always been at war with East Asia. Jones, Aronson, and Rutherford were guilty of the crimes they were charged with. He had never seen the photograph that disproved their guilt. It had never existed. He did it. He remembered remembering contrary things. But those were false memories, products of self-deception. How easy it all was. Only surrender and everything else followed. It was like swimming against a current that swept you backwards, however hard you struggled, and then suddenly deciding to turn round and go with the current instead of opposing it. Nothing had changed except your own attitude. The predestined thing happened in any case. He hardly knew why he had ever rebelled. It was easy, except anything could be true. The so-called laws of nature were nonsense. The law of gravity was nonsense. If I wished, O'Brien had said, I could float off this floor like a soap bubble. Winston worked it out. If he thinks he floats off the floor, and if I simultaneously think I see him do it, then the thing happens. Suddenly, like a lump of submerged wreckage breaking the surface of water, the thought burst into his mind. It doesn't really happen. We imagine it. It is hallucination. He pushed the thought under instantly. Fallacy was obvious. It presupposed that somewhere or other, outside oneself, there was a real world, quote, real world where, quote, real things happen. But how could there be such a world? What knowledge have we of anything save through our own minds? All happenings are in the mind. Whatever happens in all minds truly happens. He had no difficulty in disposing of the fallacy, and he was in no danger of succumbing to it. He realized, nevertheless, that it ought never to have occurred to him. The mind could develop a blind spot whenever a dangerous thought presented itself. The slinker, look at the teeners. The process should be automatic, instinctive. Crime Stop, they called it in newspeak. He set to work to exercise himself in Crime Stop. He presented himself with propositions. Party says the earth is flat. The party says that ice is heavier than water, and trained himself in not seeing or not understanding the arguments that contradicted them. It was not easy. It needed great powers of reasoning and improvisation. The the arithmetical, the how can that sound so weird? The arithmetical problems raised, for instance, by such a statement as 2 and 2 make 5 were beyond his intellectual grasp. It needed also a sort of athleticism of mind, in an ability at one moment to make the most delicate use of logic, and at the next to be unconscious of the crudest logical errors. Stupidity was as necessary as intelligence and as difficult to attain. All the while, with one part of his mind, he wondered how soon they would shoot him. Everything depends on yourself, O'Brien had said, but he knew that there was no conscious act by which he could bring it nearer. It might be 10 minutes hence or 10 years. They might keep him for years in solitary confinement. They might send him to a labor camp. They might release him for a while, as they sometimes did. It was perfectly possible that before he was shot, the whole drama of his arrest and interrogation would be enacted all over again. The one certain thing was that death never came at an expected moment. The tradition, the unspoken tradition, somehow you knew it, though you never heard it said, was that they shot you from behind, always in the back of the head without warning as you walk down a corridor from cell to cell. One day, but one day was not the right expression. Just as probably it was in the middle of the night, once, he fell into a strange, blissful reverie. He was walking down the corridor, waiting for the bullet. He knew that it was coming in another moment. Everything was settled, smoothed out, reconciled. There was no more doubts, no more arguments, no more pain, no more fear. Body was healthy and strong. He walked easily with the joy of movement and with a feeling of walking in sunlight. He was not any longer in the narrow, white corridors in the Ministry of Love. He was in the enormous sunlit passage, a kilometer wide, down which he had seemed to walk in the delirium induced by drugs. He was in the Golden Country, following the foot track across old rabbit-cropped pasture. Ooh, did you hear that? Yeah, choo-choo in the pasture. He could feel the short, springy turf under his feet and the gentle sunshine on his face. At the edge of the field were the elm trees, faintly stirring, and somewhere beyond that was the stream where the dace lay in the green pools under the willows. Suddenly, started up with a shock of horror. The sweat broke out on his backbone. He heard himself cry aloud, Julia, 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 my love, Julia. For a moment, he had had an overwhelming hallucination of her presence. She had seemed to be not merely with him, but inside him. It was as though he had got into the texture of his skin. In that moment, he had loved her far more than he had ever done when they were together and free. Also, he knew that somewhere or other she was still alive and needed his help. He lay back on the bed and tried to compose himself. What had he done? How many years had he added to his servitude by that moment of weakness? In another moment, he would hear the tramp of boots outside. They could not let such an outburst go unpunished. They would know now, if they had not known before, that he was breaking the agreement he had made with them. He obeyed the party, but he still hated the party. In the old days, he had hidden a heretical mind beneath an appearance of conformity. Now he had retreated a step further. In the mind he had surrendered, but he had hoped to keep the inner heart inviolate. He knew that he was in the wrong, but he preferred to be in the wrong. They would understand that. O'Brien would understand that. It was all confessed in that single foolish cry. Turn towards these babies. I think I'm sitting on an apple. He would have to start all over again. It might take years. He ran a hand over his face, trying to familiarize himself with the new shape. There were deep furrows in the cheeks. The cheekbones felt sharp, the nose flattened. Besides, since last seeing himself in the glass, he had been given a complete set of new teeth. It was not easy to preserve inscrutability when when you did not know what your face looked like. In any case, mere control of the features was not enough. For the first time, he perceived that if you want to keep a secret, you must also hide it from yourself. You must know all the while that it is there, but until it is needed, you must never let it emerge into your consciousness in any shape that could be given a name. From now onwards, he must not only think right, he must feel right, dream right, and all the while he must keep his hatred locked up inside him like a ball of matter, which was part of himself and yet unconnected with the rest of him, kind of stiff. One day, they would decide to shoot him. You could not tell when it would happen, but a few seconds beforehand, it should be possible to guess. It was always from behind, walking down a corridor. 10 seconds would be enough. That time, the world inside him could turn over, and then suddenly, without a word uttered, without a check in his step, without the changing of a line in his face, suddenly the camouflage would be down and bang would go the batteries of his hatred. Hatred would fill him like an enormous roaring flame. And almost in the same instant, bang, would go the bullet. Too late or too early. They would have blown his brain to pieces before they could reclaim it. The heretical thought would be unpunished, unrepented, out of their reach forever. They would have blown a hole in their own perfection. To die hating them, that was freedom. He shut his eyes. It was more difficult than accepting an intellectual discipline. It was a question of degrading himself, mutilating himself. He had got to plunge into the filthiest of filth. What was the most horrible, sickening thing of all? Thought of Big Brother, the enormous face. Because of constantly seeing it on posters, he always thought of it as being a meter wide, with its heavy black mustache and the eyes that followed you to and fro, seemed to float into his mind of its own accord. What were his true feelings toward Big Brother? There was a heavy tramp of boots in the passage. Steel doors swung open with a clang. O'Brien walked into the cell. Behind him were the waxen-faced officer and the black uniformed guards. "Get up," said O'Brien. "Come here." Winston Winston stood opposite him. O'Brien took Winston's shoulders between his strong hands and looked at him closely. "You have had thoughts of deceiving me," he said. "That was stupid. Stand up straighter. Look me in the face." He paused and went on in a gentler tone. "You are improving. Intellectually, there is very little wrong with you. It is only emotionally that you have failed to make progress. Tell me, Winston, and remember, no lies. You know that I am always able to detect a lie. Tell me, what are your true feelings toward Big Brother?" "I hate him." "You hate him. Good. But the time has come for you to take the last step. You must love Big Brother. It is not enough to obey him. You must love him." He released Winston with a little push toward the guard. "Room 101, he said. "Oh boy. Okay, guys, I think that's the end of chapter 4. So we have 2 more chapters left, and that's it. And we will have read a very famous classic American novel by George Orwell. And I think that's pretty cool. And the bunnies are learning a lot. You know, this is their first big taste of real literature. So that's really good for these guys. They're being Bunz schooled. Some people are homeschooled, some people are Bunz schooled. So yeah, they're doing really well. Oh, guys, you know what? That's not the only carrot. That's look, look, guys. Look, got multiple carrots. You take that carrot, you take this carrot. There we go. Oh, problem solved. Your parents need a life. Yeah, parents do need a life. It's hard. I mean, it to you wanna give yourself to your kids, I think, when you're a parent, and, but yet you wanna maintain your your sense of self, and, I think that can easily get lost. I mean, I think people can lose that even when they're in, like, a relationship, their sense of self, you know? So, when you have a lot of kids and then you have a relationship, your parents have their own relationship, I mean, that's a but then they also have to have their own relationship with themselves. They have to, so, like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if your parents had, like, their own, fun stuff, something to look forward to as a couple, maybe that would make them just happier in general as parents and as people. And then, you know, maybe you could suggest that they try to take a little, get a proper babysitter for the kids. Don't always push it on you, but, like, um I have known couples that really make an effort to have, the proverbial date night, and with your parents, maybe they couldn't, maybe once a week is too much, but maybe not, you know? Maybe that would be good. And then when they come home, they're gonna be so much happier, and then, you know, lighten the load. But guys, this thanks for being my friends to read 1984 with. This is so cool. And anytime you guys want to discuss the book at all, like, start writing in the chat, or um for me, I'm just trying to kind of process all the stuff that Winston's going through, but, like, it is so chilling to hear him talk about he's trying to swim, like, the visual image of him trying to swim against the current, and then it's the struggle is so seems so hopeless, and he doesn't have the strength that he just lets himself flow along with the current because it's just the easiest path. He just doesn't have the struggle left in him, and it's so sad, but it's, like, so real, with all the stuff that he's been through. I mean, like, who could blame the poor guy? He's trying to just float down the river so he can avoid suffering, just like any human would naturally want to do. But yet, deep inside, his core, his heart, his soul is, like, just still against, still trying to maintain who he is truly, in such a strong way, even though his physical body and his, like, conscious mind are like, no, this doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, you just need to stop, struggling with all this pain, and, I mean, he was at death's door when he finally was like, "I just give in." So anyway, it's so hard to hear, this guy who's such a noble he has such a noble spirit. Um, and then his his love for Julia. Oh my gosh, he hasn't seen her at all, and uh it's dark. It's dark, but you know what? I feel like we all can relate to going with the flow instead of trying to forge our own path, stick with our own guns. It can be a lot easier to just float down the river. but it can be also very dangerous to give in to that. So it's so interesting to me. I don't know. I'm feeling all kinds of different things reading this. But but yeah, guys, I think we will wrap it up. And thanks for spending your part of your Friday night with me. And there's always, you never know what's going to happen on Giant Bunz. We got people saying stuff about their families. We got people telling us about their days. We got Crystal with a K told me about making a cauliflower crust pizza with all kinds of vegetables and things for the bunnies, which I'm really thinking about that. I love it. And maybe a giant cookie, a giant pizza cookie as well. You also messed up your hand. You jumped and landed on your hand, and now you have a, oh dear. You know what happens to me if I land on my hand? I guess sometimes I cut the hand if you land on like rocks or something. But my wrists, I have the weakest wrists. They get sprained so easily. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm supposed to be strong. Anyway, guys, much love to wait to Mikey and L. I don't have pizza. Okay, that was his last comment. I think he's probably asleep by now. I hope you're having a fabulous sleepy evening of sleep, Mikey and L. Much love to you. Much love to Kristen, Cheyenne, Star, Triple R, Fortnite, hehe. Wait, is that what you're playing? Or are you telling them to play Fortnite with you? Your parents' new life? Much love to you and Miss Lucy Goosey, Hewlin Mall, or Hewlin Mod, as I like to call you, my main man moderator. Much love to AJ Punk, the Midwestern hunk in the house. He is not quiet like a mouse. Or maybe he is. You never know. Much love to Mr. Weeze Banana Nan, Doot Dooby Doo Doo. Much love to Casey Batman, 1985. Casey Batman. Much love to Crystal with a K. That's okay. Um, oh yeah, much love to Mickey, to Mr. Mickey and L, Mr. Pizza King. I think I maybe I already said that. Pizza King. Mikey, wait. Monkey the rabbit, Mikey the duchy, the pizza. Wait. Monkey the rabbit, wait. Cookie Muncher? Cookie Muncher. Pizza Muncher. He can never have enough pizza. He never stops eating the pizza 'cause he's a pizza king. Okay. Also, let's see. Did we have other people chatting? I can't remember. I'm gonna try to go back as far as I can. I think that was it. So you guys, I'm gonna pop up some music. Much love back to you, everybody. But guys, I'm gonna use my fancy new phone stand. Can you believe that, Donker? We are so pro with the phone stand. Should we get you? You know what? They're always moving. It's kind of a crapshoot. What is that? Did they refer to crap? I don't know where a lot of our sayings come from. Is crapshoot like crappy fish? No. Posh, do you want the camera? Posh, like, I want to knock the camera. Or would like to knock it. Oh, Posh, you're so soft, baby girl. And then here's the sweet pea. There's the little wallaby. There's our wallaby boy. Okay, you know what? He's actually getting stuff. So there you go. Teeny Cam. He looks like a wiener dog. Oh, no. Fat. Oh, wait. Should we go like this? Oh, like, night, whatever. Video games, whatever. Go write a novel, Kristen. Aren't you inspired by 1984? Go write the next great American novel. You can do it. I have faith in you. Or the next great American album, Kristen, or the next great American painting. My legs.
Teeny scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree. Bananas from cat pits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free. Leapfrogging over posh spice, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Tiny eyes glinting, always on the prowl. Moving through the shadows, stealthy as an owl. Captain Stash pilfered, making her scowl. Teeny's got agility, swift as a howl. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night. Feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy.
it's time to play. Big floppy ears and a mischievous twitch. In the yard, she's always digging a ditch. She sneaks through with a hop and a skip, eyes wide open, just looking for a trip. Suspicious, she is not denying that fact. Playful trickster, always up to some act. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the way she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the ways she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the